The 7 types of being dumb. Naive dumb. Naive dumb is a type of dumbness that happens when someone doesn't know something simply because they haven't learned it yet. It's not about being stupid, it's about not having the knowledge or experience. You mostly see this in people under the age of 15. At that stage, kids are still in school, still absorbing new lessons, and still figuring out how the world works. It's natural for them to make mistakes or ask obvious questions because they're in the middle of learning. For adults, naive dumbness is less common, since by then, they've had more life experience and education. But it can still happen. An adult might be naive dumb if they were never exposed to certain ideas, or if they deliberately chose to ignore them. So, in short, naive dumb isn't really about a lack of intelligence. It's about a lack of exposure, experience, or teaching. And while it's most common in younger people, adults aren't totally immune to it either. Clueless dumb is the type of dumb where a person actually has the knowledge, but they just can't connect it. They know the information, they've probably even learned it before, but when it's time to use it in real life, it doesn't click. Take math, for example. Someone might say, "I don't need math, it's useless in real life." But the same person could struggle to count the right change at the grocery store. The knowledge is there. They've sat in class, they've been taught, but they can't apply it when it matters. Clueless dumb is different from not knowing at all. It's not about a lack of teaching, it's about failing to link what you already know with the situation in front of you. And that's what makes it frustrating, both for the person and for the people around them. So in short, clueless dumb is when the pieces of knowledge are there, but the connections between them are missing. Overconfident dumb is the type of dumb where someone acts like they know everything, but in reality, they don't. The problem isn't just the lack of knowledge, it's the attitude. They speak with so much confidence that it can convince others, even when they're completely wrong. For example, imagine a person arguing that the sun is a planet. Everyone around them might try to explain, to correct them, but they'll never back down. They'll keep insisting they're right, not because they have the facts, but because they're too proud to admit they might be wrong. Overconfident dumb people often mistake confidence for intelligence. They don't question themselves, they don't listen, and they don't learn. Instead, they double down on their mistakes, making the gap between what they think they know and what they actually know even bigger. So, overconfident dumb isn't just about being wrong. It's about being loudly wrong and refusing to change. And sometimes that makes it the most dangerous type of dumb of all. Careless dumb is the type of dumb that comes from either laziness or lack of attention. It's not that the person doesn't know. It's that they don't put in the effort or they're simply not paying attention. For example, imagine realizing you haven't done your homework and it's already late. Instead of focusing and trying to work it out, you just start guessing random answers to fill the page. That's a laziness type of dumb, cutting corners and making mistakes just because you didn't want to try. On the other hand, there's the lack of attention type of dumb, like when you're holding your phone in your hand or it's sitting right in your pocket, but you spend hours searching everywhere for it. The knowledge is there, the solution is simple, but your attention slips and you end up doing something silly. So, careless dumb isn't about intelligence at all. It's about failing to put in the focus or effort. And sometimes those little moments of carelessness make you look way dumber than you really are. Stubborn dumb is the type of dumb where a person rejects correction, no matter how clear the facts are. It's not just ignorance, it's the refusal to accept truth, even when it's proven right in front of them. For example, think of someone who strongly believes that the Earth is flat. You can show them scientific proof, pictures from space, experiments, and logic, but they'll still hold on to their belief. They'll argue endlessly, not because they're right, but because they refuse to admit they're wrong. Stubborn dumb comes from pride and resistance to change. Instead of learning and growing, the person closes their mind and blocks out new information. And the more you try to correct them, the harder they push back. So, stubborn dumb isn't just about not knowing. It's about choosing not to know. It's the type of dumbness that locks a person in their own world, even when the truth is right in front of them. Self-sabotage dumb is the type of dumb where someone knows exactly what they should do, but they deliberately do the opposite. It's not about lacking knowledge. It's about making choices that go against their own best interests. For example, imagine someone going through financial problems. They can't pay their rent, they're struggling to cover the basics. Then, the moment money lands in their account, instead of fixing their situation, they rush to buy luxury watches and shoes. Deep down, they know it's the wrong move, but they do it anyway. Self-sabotage dumb often comes from impulse, poor discipline, or trying to impress others. The person understands the consequences, but ignores them for temporary satisfaction. Full-blown dumb is the type of dumb that's so outrageous, it actually becomes funny or unbelievable. It's the kind of mistake that makes you stop and think, did that really just happen? For example, imagine someone trying to rob a bank. Instead of being smart or cautious, they write their demand note on their own utility bill, complete with their name and home address printed right on it. That's not just dumb, that's full-blown dumb. This level of dumbness goes beyond simple mistakes or carelessness. It's when the action itself is so ridiculous, it almost feels like a comedy skit. People witnessing it can't even get mad. They're too busy laughing at how absurd it is. So, full-blown dumb is the peak. The kind of dumb that turns into a story people retell for years, simply because it's that unbelievable.